Today, we all carry a weapon, not in our hands, but in our pockets. With a phone and a connection, one voice can challenge a government, expose injustice, or ignite a movement. Social media gave us the power once reserved for the press, the courts, or even revolutions. But here's the truth. Individual resistance is not a new idea. Long before hashtags and live streams, people stood alone in front of tanks, governments, injustice. This video is a timeline, a walk through history's most powerful solo acts of defiance. But never in history has it been this easy, this visible, this loud. One person has always been enough, but today, one person is never truly alone. Alone, but never powerless. One person standing in a square, a sign, a body, a gaze. Sometimes one does what a million cannot. A solo act doesn't disappear in a crowd. It becomes sharper, more visible, more unforgettable. Collective protests draw power from numbers. Individual protests draw power from symbolism. Social media and digital platforms amplify lone resistance. One person's voice can echo across the world. A single walk can leave a mark on the map. This is a story of our age. And in this story, sometimes one person is enough. Sometimes millions stay silent, and only one speaks. While thousands step back, one steps forward. And the world, in that moment, shifts. A solo rebellion, a thin line between madness and courage. While most say, "What difference does it make?" one says, "It makes a difference to me." In Kenya, Boniface Mwangi walked alone through the streets of Nairobi. He held a sign with just one word: enough. He was a photojournalist, tired of documenting state violence. He put down his camera and protested with his body. No one was watching, but everyone heard. Sometimes resistance is not a scream. Sometimes it's not about speaking, just standing, just being there, not moving, not saying a word. In China's Hunan province, a woman sat next to her husband's body for hours. She didn't cry. She didn't shout. A passing cameraman captured the moment. That photo silenced millions. She was still silent, but that silence had become a roar. To stand alone in a crowd, that is when a person becomes most visible. In Poland, Anna Walentinowicz was unjustly fired. One person went on strike. Just one. It sparked the 1980 Solidarity movement. Later, 10 million joined the march. But first, one person marched. Sometimes rebellion is just the courage to speak. A word can be enough, a glance, a song, or a mark drawn on the ground. Neda Aga Sultan fell to the ground in Tehran during a protest. She couldn't speak, but her eyes said everything. No one knew her before that day. Now, she speaks for the silenced. In Moscow, Pyotr Pavlensky sat naked in Red Square. He nailed his genitals to the cobblestones. He didn't say a word, but his silence echoed through Russia's censorship. Every great wave starts with a single drop. Sometimes, that drop is a tear. In Manipur, India, Irom, Sharmila fasted for 16 years. No food, no water, only justice for one law. And in the end, that law changed. In Washington, Concepcion Pichotto lived in a small shelter across from the White House. Every day, every night, for 34 years, she held a peace vigil against nuclear war, without pause. In Scotland, Angus Barbieri lived 382 days without solid food. Only tea, coffee, soda, and vitamins. It wasn't an experiment. It was a challenge to the limits of willpower, and the world learned what determination means. Then there was Ashrita Furman, 131. Different Guinness World Records. He climbed mountains on a pogo stick. He rode a bike underwater. Perhaps the most extraordinary solo activist of all time. Every record was a form of rebellion. Time has changed. Streets are no longer filled only with stones, but with fingertips. Marches now begin from keyboards, and shouts echo from screens. Social media is the new public square. A sentence behind a screen can reach millions. A hashtag can change the law. Me Too became the shared voice of millions of silent women. Black Lives Matter turned injustice into a global roar. EndSARS was a digital uprising against police brutality in Nigeria. Free Periods spoke out for a basic right of children. For she reminded the world that support is also a form of action. Ni una menos said no more to femicide in Latin America. Just one word, one hashtag. But behind it were millions, and the world began to change again. Because sometimes change doesn't start with a march. It starts with a share. One person is enough. If they truly believe. If silence burns inside them. If not walking means falling apart. One person is enough.
Yeah. Please tell me that I can't, that I won't, that I fail, that I'll never make it out, yeah. Please tell me all the bad, never good, fill my head full of every single doubt, yeah. Please say any negative thoughts, I pop off when I hear people say I cannot. I get off to the thought of proving everyone wrong, I won't stop to the top, so you better back off and get lost. I'ma stay loud, stay proud, never running out, never heading south. I'll be spreading out, call it word of mouth, can't put me down, I'll be getting loud. You can have your doubts, not what I'm about, have your fucking clout. It be raining now, I keep making sound, go another round, bitch I'm legend bound, can't stop me now. You don't wanna fuck with me, a slow